Just jumping on real quick to talk to you guys about the rotator cuff. So this is kind of in preparation for the shoulder workshop that I'm hosting on February 19th. I just kind of wanted to give a little bit of an overview of what the rotator cuff is, what it does, and how it gets injured, and kind of like some pain points, just to kind of orient you guys to what the rotator cuff is before my workshop. So just going to jump right into it. So the rotator cuff is a very commonly misunderstood part of the body. When I was treating people, and even now with clients, I feel like, not a lot of people really know what the rotator cuff is. I've heard a lot of different pronunciations of it. So the rotor cup, rotary cup, rotor cuff. There's not a lot of people really understand what the pronunciation is, and that kind of leads people to a misconception of what the rotator cuff is. So a lot of times when I ask people, they think it's some sort of like a actual cup, or like a ligament, or like a labrum type of thing. And that's not actually what it is at all. So the rotator cuff is 4 muscles. So we have the supraspinatus, infraspinatus, teres minor, and subscapularis. You don't have to know all of those muscles and the names of them, but just to kind of orient you, the supraspinatus runs on top, so it's underneath your upper trap and kind of underneath all of this bone here. Then you have your subscapularis, which is kind of like it's on your shoulder blade, but in the front part of your shoulder blade, so right between your shoulder blade and your rib cage. And then we have your infraspinatus and your teres minor, which are both back here in the back of the shoulder. So all 4 of those muscles kind of surround the shoulder. They all 4 have their own functions. So the supraspinatus kind of lifts the arm up this way, and then the subscapularis between the shoulder blade and the rib cage rotates your arm inwards. So if you're rotating this way to kind of reach behind your back, is a lot of subscapularis. And then your teres minor and your infraspinatus rotate your arm outwards. So if you're reaching out this way, that's kind of what those 2 muscles do, with the help of some other muscles too. But all 4 of them have their own function, but the most important thing to know about them is they provide stability for your shoulder. So the shoulder joint is inherently a very mobile joint, with really the only reason that it's attached to the body is through muscles and tendons and ligaments. So there's actually, it's very, very, very mobile. So because of that, we need notification. And so these 4 muscles together provide that really good amount of stability that we need at the shoulder joint. So that's really the biggest job of the rotator cuff. The most commonly injured muscle in the rotator cuff is the supraspinatus. So typically when you hear somebody has a rotator cuff tear, it's most likely going to be like that muscle on top. There's a lot of different reasons for that. Mostly because if we're having poor lifting mechanics overhead, if we have poor posture, if we don't have good back strength, if we don't have good general shoulder strength, stability, rotator cuff strength, and even bony abnormalities can lead to a lot of wear and tear on that supraspinatus. So a lot of, overhead lifting can kind of jam that tendon, and over time you kind of get like this chronic wear and tear on the tendon. And then if you go through like a really big lift, a really heavy lift, if you're not doing something with proper form, if you fall on your shoulder and you've had that wear and tear over time, and then you go through a traumatic event, then you can rupture that tendon. Doesn't necessarily have to be a traumatic event. Over time, that tendon can wear so much that it ends up kind of tearing on its own. Then with age and arthritis, that can also lead to a lot of wear and tear on that shoulder. Plus, like I said before, bony abnormalities. So on top of your clavicle here, that little hook that comes down, it's called your acromion, comes down, and it's kind of like forms a roof over top of your rotator cuff muscle right here. And so if you have, a really big hook or like a really sharp hook, and a bony abnormality there, that can cause a tear and wear and tear and a lot of damage to that tendon as well. So there's a lot of ways the rotator cuff can be injured. There's really not one good reason why. So that's why, a really good evaluation is really important, and good lifting mechanics, overhead mechanics, throwing mechanics, good posture, back strength, all of that is really, really important to help protect the rotator cuff, because it's providing that really good stability for your shoulder. We really need that rotator cuff to be healthy. And so I also kind of wanted to talk a little bit about like pain and where you might feel pain from your rotator cuff. So one of the most common presentations that I've seen in people with shoulder pain is they kind of have a little bit of pain on the tip of their shoulder, but then they get like this kind of radiating pain like through their deltoid on the side of their shoulder here. And that's actually referral pain from your rotator cuff. Specifically that supraspinatus that we're talking about, that lies on top of your shoulder, right underneath your upper trap muscle, and connects into your shoulder here. And when that tendon, like I said, that acromion, that little bony roof over top, the rotator cuff or the supraspinatus kind of goes right underneath that. So it's a little bit of a roof, right? And so it kind of comes down through here. And if that's getting pinched on, then you can get that radiating pain right through the side of your shoulder. So I've had a lot of people that I've treated in the past say, I'm just having like a lot of like really weird, like radiating pain kind of through like the side of my shoulder. It doesn't make sense. I don't understand how I hurt my deltoid. You didn't hurt your deltoid. That pain is actually coming from your supraspinatus. So the body's really tricky in that you get a lot of referral pain and a lot of referral patterns. You can even have rotator cuff pain that's referring down kind of into like the side of your elbow, into like the top of your wrist, kind of in that area. So it's kind of tricky unless you know exactly where the pain is coming from. You also, with the rotator cuff, remember I said we have two back here. We have our infraspinatus and our teres minor, right? So we can get some like really like kind of achy, deep, like almost like trigger point pain where you feel like you just want to take your thumb and just dig into it. Then you can have some rotator cuff pain back here too. Also get some pinching back there. So the other thing that I really wanted to touch on, because this is a really big hot button word and topic that people use a lot, is shoulder impingement, right? And so shoulder impingement is really closely related to the rotator cuff. You can have a lot of different types of impingement as well. We can have impingement up here where you're kind of getting that pain like right on the tip of your shoulder, or even kind of like in the front of your shoulder, right in here. And then you can also have that impingement back here too, kind of where I was saying where you kind of want to dig your thumb. Sometimes you kind of get like that pinchy feeling back here too. So there's a couple of different ways that we can have impingement. Like I said, it's a really hot button kind of like catch-all term that most of the time, especially if you see like your general practitioner, like your family physician, like if you just have like general shoulder pain, they're probably just going to throw impingement at you and say, oh, you have impingement, go to physical therapy, maybe your rotator cuff. And then you come to physical therapy and you're like, oh, my rotator cuff and my rotor cuff and something's pinching. And, there's just kind of like this blanket catch-all, like this is what you have. Impingement really isn't that scary. A lot of times, really what we need to do for impingement is kind of just work on rotator cuff strengthening, posture, and some back strength. So just to do a little bit of a recap, the rotator cuff is 4 muscles. So we have one on top, the supraspinatus, one that's on your shoulder blade, right between your shoulder blade and your rib cage, called your subscapularis. It's kind of like underneath your armpit down in here. And then we have our infraspinatus and teres minor right in the back. So 4 muscles, they each have their own function, but the most important thing about them is that they provide a ton of stability for the shoulder, which the shoulder really needs because the shoulder is a very mobile joint. So the rotator cuff gives you that really great stability that you need. And then we talked about how you can injure it. We can have chronic injuries, right? So poor lifting mechanics over time, poor posture, bony abnormalities. It can be a traumatic event like falling on your arm, lifting something super heavy out of nowhere, lifting something super heavy overhead out of nowhere with poor mechanics. So there's lots of different ways that we can injure the rotator cuff, and there's a lot of predisposing factors too. It's not one size fits all when it comes to the rotator cuff. And then referral patterns, remember, any pain kind of down here, pain along the elbow, top of the wrist, and in the back of the shoulder. All of those places can be a sign of rotator cuff injury as well. So those are kind of the things I just want to see you guys later. Thanks so much.